Okay, this is the short video for YouTube that's not going to be on Patreon. This is the short one. The gist of it is, I already did all of this animation. There is a raw, unedited version with all of my mistakes that I made up on Patreon right now. There's going to be a link in the description. You can find it in there. So anyways, here's the gist of it. We have two poses. Okay, we've got pose 1 and pose 2. I want to have my character go from here to here, which means, which most people forget, you have to have an antic. You'll see the mistakes I made in the other video if you go and check it out. I'll also have a link to this rig in the description as well. So all of that information will be there, and if you have any other questions that I haven't answered, go ahead and ask. I'll get to them as soon as I can. So the gist of it is, I'm doing an animation workflow on how I animate these particular things. The three main poses that you need are your key pose, your antic, and your key pose. We know where the character starts, what he's going to do to get to the next pose, and his final pose. Now, these poses are not 100% clean. I'm happy with the way that they look in the sense that this is being made for TV. I'm not creating this animation to be polished and gold so that it's perfect for cinema or film, whatever. I'm making it so that it works for TV. That being said, I'm going to show you my first step. The first step was actually making the key poses, but I'm going to show you my first step. The original video is also an hour and 40-something minutes. I'm going to try my best to keep this under 25 for your own sake. So we've got key pose, antic, key pose. I need a breakdown in between these. I also need to put it in stepped. The reason I animate in stepped is I treat everything like 2D animation. You treat it like 2D animation, it's just going to be that much easier. And then you're controlling every aspect of the body instead of having the computer do all the work for you. I realize I also talk really quickly, but that also works in my favor because it means you'll have to watch the video multiple times. Clever. Okay, so my first step is finding a breakdown in between these two poses. Now, the first thing that I do is decide on what is going to get to this pose first. The way that I start everything off is I usually add a key right in the center of these two. And as you noticed, I used my animbot and I hit right in the center. Now, I'm not wanting to do that specifically for the reason that if you do a 50% move, the character is now moving 50%, 50%, 50%, sorry. The timing will be exactly the same. I'm doing that only to give myself a key so that I can flop in between these. That's the only reason I'm doing it, because it's in stepped. Without that, I have no key there. And if I drop a key, nothing happens. So this is only to give myself a key to work off of. Now, I know right away that I want this back foot to get there first. I know that for a fact. I want that foot to already be in that position. Now I'm also going to give it a little bit of foot roll. And I think this, what does this button do? Nope, we're not going to use that. Let's try tip pivot. Nope. Let's try toes pivot. Yeah, you know what? Give a little bit of toe pivot. So when he gets in there, see that? He kind of slides in. And just because I saw that it exists, we'll do a little bit of that as well. Oh, 0 there. Sorry. I lost track of my keys. There we go. Now the COG. The COG should not be getting there yet. The COG needs to drag behind. So I'm going to click about 20-30%, I believe that is. Let's make this a little bit smaller because it's bugging me. Okay, so now we've got right there, right? That foot is shooting over. Now this foot right here and that knee can't move. They need to stay where they originally were. But we got to have some motion on them. It would be weird if they didn't, right? So let's use our foot roll, add a little bit of foot roll to that, add a little bit of whatever the crap that one's called because I can't see it. It's foot roll weight. You also notice that I'm animating everything in the camera view. There we go. Still in camera view. I'm just using the button underneath backspace. Let's do side. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Except, you know what? Hold on. Toes pivot. There we go. Add a little bit more of... That's not the right one. Is that it? Yeah. No, that's not working. Other than, today. Okay, so key that. And I want it to stay on the ground after I just did all of that work. There we go. And we'll minimize that to about 3, because I don't like how much it was moving. Okay, now back to the COG. The COG can't be moving this far. It shouldn't be. The main thing that's moving should be that foot right there. I always forget you can't see what I'm doing. I'm also watching the timer. So we need to move that COG down, and we need to rotate it, because what I want is I want that right there. See that line, how it looks like he's now being pulled in a different direction? So we're going to rotate his chest up, rotate his chest back, his COG back. I keep mixing up my words. But yeah, as you can see, I kind of want to create this line that he's moving down, right? I'm going to drag this up behind. I apologize for the keyboard sounds. I want to keep his face scrunched. Now again, I'm not going to be touching the face in this. I don't care about the face at all. So keep that over to the side. Rotate that over to the side. We need these arms, almost the entire arm chain. Whoops. There we go. To be back here, because now what I want to do is keep that hand in the same spot. So we're going to rotate that. We're going to rotate that. There we go. And okay, so we can take these, and I'm going to get those back in the same spot. I'm going to lead. No, we're leading with the hips. So that means this needs to stay back. Bring that about to where it should be. Again, I'm creating drag on everything in this one pose. There we go. So see, it's going to look like it's going to come up and around. I already know what I want to do because I planned all of this out. I'm just showing you how I go about my workflow. I want to drag that shoulder up a little bit more. This shoulder, I also want to drag up just a little bit more. I think this foot needs to stay still. It's bugging me that it's moving. There we go. That's better. I want to get those hips just a little bit more rotated in. Let's see. Can I translate that a little bit? Yeah, that'll make this a little bit nicer. Now it's starting to look like the chest is being dragged behind. That's exactly what I wanted. There we go. Okay, we just need to do a little bit more. Awesome. And watching this line. Because see, this line is what I need to keep clean right there. Because it's such a hard line in the character, it'll read really, really, really well when it's done properly. If it's not, you'll notice. Okay, now, is that foot still on stretch? It is. It's not going to do shit. I also just try not to swear. I'll beep it out. That's what I'll do. All right, all controls. We have our middle breakdown, right? So I'm going to slide that over. I'm going to slide this over. I know that move should not be that big. That's too much for that move. All right, so in between here, you know what? That actually looks like I might not have any keys in between. Let's move you over. We're going to add another key right there. Now, like I said before, I usually hit the middle. But this time, because I already know that part of him is going to get there, I'm actually going to hit about 80%. Because this foot should already be in that position. But I don't want the foot roll all the way on yet. And this foot, I actually don't want even close yet. I want it part way, but not entirely. So I use Animbot to get myself most of the way there. The COG, we don't want it all the way there yet. Also, I gotta move that knee, sorry. That was bugging me. And I don't like this line, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the foot roll in the... There we go. No, that was wrong. See, what I want is... Hold on, I have to do this by hand. I don't know the... There we go. I want to keep this line through the body. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so we're going to go back to this one. This foot needs to drag behind. And now the COG needs to come down just a little bit more. And we can rotate it in. I'm going to take these chest controls and we're actually going to rotate them back. So it'll create a little bit of a pop. The neck, we're going to get back to where it used to be. The head, same thing. I'm actually going to bring them in. The neck, I'm actually going to rotate this way a little bit. And the head, I'm going to bring down here because I'm dragging it from where it used to be. I'm going to squash the shit out of it. And I'm also going to close his eyes. Oh, God, animating with a Cintiq and no armrest is brutal. All right. That hand, I'm just going to keep it to where it was in its original position. Same with that one. So now we've got this. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to save. Okay, so these arms. Now, we went from here to there. So we've got that foot shooting in the direction. It looks like there's a stretch on the body. This also needs to rotate this way. Same with these two, because right now, there we go. Like I said, I know from my previous one, I want this hand up here already, because what I wanted was it to come down and into position, but I already want it tucked next to his side. This I want to have about here. I'm going to curl those fingers in on themselves, uncurl this a little bit, do more with the fingers. This hand, so this is a bonus to, so here's my advice. If you're ever going to make a tutorial on how to do something, do it first and then record. That way, you won't look so stupid like I do in the video that I posted or have on Patreon. Because I messed up so badly that I felt embarrassed. But the bonus to that is it really shows just how even, that sounds really rude. I was going to say even the best animators, I'm not the best animator in the world. There's no way in hell. There's people so much better than me. There's people on my team at work that are doing better than I did, or better than I can do sometimes. But it just shows that even if you've been doing this for a long time, you're still going to make mistakes. There we go. See? It's coming along. We're just missing one more breakdown right in the middle. Okay, so I've got that breakdown there. I'm going to slide that over. I'm going to slide you over because I want one more key in the center. I'm going to middle that. This foot is going to be part of the way there. This foot is going to be sort of coming up off the ground now. This COG is going to be right in the center because I want to keep it in the center this time. I know that this spacing is good, so I want to drop him down. Ooh, too much time actually. Hold on, I might be mistaken on this one. I might have to, hold on, let's see what happens. No, that's okay. All right, yeah, we're good so far. We need some stretch on the head here. Ooh, that makes his head just really small. I don't like it. Like that stretch. It is correct actually. It's the volume is correct. Okay, never mind. You're fine. But it just makes his head look so small. Cause see, it's almost like the volume isn't. Maybe it is. Whatever. Okay, this arm. Again, I'm speeding through this. I'm at 15 minutes. Ugh, gotta go quicker. Okay, let's check that arm right there. We'll rotate this arm up. And we're going to rotate that up because with this character, it's done nicely in the sense that you can't rotate the elbow in the wrong direction. God, his head looks so weird. I can't. It's too much stretch. It just looks broken. All right, this arm right here. Oh, I'm glad you can't hear this music because the song that's playing right now is awful. But it's also keeping me focused by having it on. Okay, so we've got keying there. Yeah, you know what? I kind of didn't mind that, actually. Before my old one, I did it differently, but I kind of dig this. How the COG is moving and the foot is like dragging behind a little bit, and then it shoots over, which means that here I can actually pull the COG back a little bit. That's not bad. Okay. I'm okay with that. Now I'm just going to watch that hand. We need that hand to come up a little bit. There we go. We want a little bit more of a bend. Let's see. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Now this other hand. Yeah, let's have it up. There we go. I'm cool with that. All right. So we've got this so far. All right. Now what we need is to fix this pose a little bit. Fix that a little bit so it's coming in, because I think it needs to. Again, I'm not doing this perfectly, which makes me feel a little bad. There we go. Okay, we'll leave that. We need a breakdown in between here, right there. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit my 80% this time. I know I want that leg to be what's pushing him up and over. So we're going to add an arc to the COG. See, like that. We need to have a little bit of a breakdown in the rest of his body. So we can take that and we can rotate it this way, that way. The arms, we're just going to keep in the same position so I can do them myself and by hand. All right, so let's get a little bit of a breakdown in those. Watching where the fingers were to where they're going to. We can actually get a little bit more out of the arm there. All right, it's getting there, it's getting there. All right, we'll add a little bit of an arc to the head, and I'll keep his face open for now. Again, I'm not doing anything to the face. This isn't about face stuff, this is about body, but I just want like a couple poses here and there. All right, gonna key that, move that over, add my 80%. Now I can have that foot come up a little bit slower, rotate that down, give myself a little bit of an arc in the COG. So we've got, there we go, see? Now you've got your little bit of an anticipation and your move over. And there you go. So I'm gonna finish that up right there and explain what I did. And I'll slow down. So we have our key pose, and we have our next key pose, and we also have our antic, right here. So key pose, antic, key pose. What I did first was I went from here to here. I wanted to find the biggest move that happened in the character first, which happens to be this. After I found that move, from this key pose to this breakdown, I added another breakdown where I focused on the line of the body and how the COG starts to move, and then going to here. Now, after seeing this, I actually feel like this foot should actually be here, and then it snaps into place. I might change that when I get into animation, but for the time being, I feel like I might keep this doing that. What's important about that is don't feel locked to what you decided you were going to do beforehand. Animation is always going to change. You'll be doing it, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, wait, no, you know what? I want to try something else, which is fine. I sped through this, and if you watch the video that I put up on Patreon, I changed my mind multiple times. I'm actually changing it again now. So from there to there, well, that needs a little bit more staying behind. All right. So we go from here to here. I added a breakdown in between that. From this original breakdown to that key pose, I had to add one more breakdown in the middle. Now, what you're going to do afterwards is you're going to do your overshoot. And actually, I feel like I should do my overshoot right now in this one. And then I'm going to go from blocking to animation is going to be the next one that I do. So to do this, what I'm going to do is key here and key here. It's the exact same key, all right? So if you look at the graph editor, it's the exact same key. From there to there, what I want to do is I want to hit 90%. The reason being is that is the end of the move. That is my cushion. Now, sometimes in TV, you can actually get away with just saying screw it and then doing this. Your final little bit of animation that you're going to do that's going to make this better than just TV is now you're going to start making it so things arrive later or things arrive sooner. For instance, I want the COG to already be at that position. I want this foot to not be there just yet. So I'm going to rotate it down just a little bit. Bring that knee over a little. And I also don't want this arm there just yet. See, the thing is a lot of people, what they do is they offset their arms. And offsetting your arms, in my opinion, is just, it's not correct. Because you don't want to take your arms and then just slide this over a couple frames. Don't do that. You're letting the computer do the work. You do the work yourself. The reason being is, yes, it's a little bit slower, but you're controlling the character and then you're not letting the computer do the work for you. Never let the computer do the work for you. All right, so we can bring that shoulder down. So I'm creating offsets in my keys, right? That's what I want to do. This arm shouldn't arrive there just yet. So I need to make it follow that. Bring that hand. We can do the fingers as well. Let's see. We can add a little bit more of a curve. This one I know I rotated in. We can rotate that down. We can bring that thumb in. There we go. We can bring that thumb in. I think I might want a little bit more. There we go. Flipping in between these. I actually think right about here, I want to add a little bit more there. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Now this arm, this is what I mean by natural offset. I already want this arm in that position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it down. I'm going to rotate it back. So it's already overshooting. And then it's settling back into this position, which means this needs to come down even more. And that needs to come down, and that needs to come up. No, that's the wrong way. There we go. See how it comes down and up? It's got its own natural offset by putting it inside the keys. Now the fingers, I don't want those to come back yet, so I'm going to stay closer to the end. There. Okay, so we have all of those offsets already done. So if we hit play, right now it doesn't look correct, right? So what we want to do is we're going to grab another key and 50 it. Now is where I'm going to start to make sure the COG comes up and then starts to come down, which means I'm going to go back a key. I'm going to raise the COG up a little bit. Whoops, up a little bit. And then I'm going to start to drop it down. So what you'll notice is, there, you see? Except I think I want to keep that up just a little bit longer. There we go. Keep you up a little bit longer. Oh, wrong spot for the key. Keep you up just a little bit longer. There we go. And then I can have one more cushion at the end of this. And by cushion, I mean I'm going to add another key. This is going to be a little bit longer than 25 minutes. Okay, so we've got that. That hand can now, let's see, I added a key for this arm. Nope, it's focused on just the COG. COG, and down. Now, before I jump on anything else, see, again, identical, 90% it. So now we've got these two keys where the body is coming up and coming down. Now what I want to do is focus on the chest first. I'm going to go to the chest. I'm going to watch these keys. and make sure that that offset and overshoot and follow through is all in there. There we go. There, you see, there's some natural offset in there. Sorry, I keep saying natural offset. It's not natural, I'm doing it myself. There we go. Okay, so we've got the chest done. Now for the head. All right, so we've got the head coming up. We can add a little bit of drag to it. Here, it should probably go up a little. Up and down, okay? The face. There we go. Now for the shoulders. So again, I'm watching through, making sure I keep all my keys on these. Keep that down. Now that the body's going down, those need to come up. And then they come down at the very end. Oh my god, my shoulder is dying. Now that the shoulder is done, that hand should actually snap up into position now. So I want that to snap over a little bit so it comes up. And then here it can come back down, right? Because we're overshooting it. Same with the fingers. Let's get those fingers in there. We can curl them back. They hyperextend. And again, if you want to, you can even do this. You can use the Animbot one. And then they'll curl at the end a little bit. Let's unselect. Oh, Jesus. I forgot you can't control click anything, or else it just moves it along this thing. Keep forgetting that. And these fingers should curled more than the other one. All right, now let's do the other arm. The other arm comes down. Right there. And then comes up. We gotta add some breakdown to the fingers. Curl them. Snap them open. Overshoot them a little bit. Oh, wrong key. Hold on. Okay, so we need those two and those three. Ah, damn it. I want those three. This is the only downside to working with Cintiq. All right, so now we've got, let's see. Ooh, there's a key on a wrong spot. There we go, delete that. So we're getting there. Something is a little off though, where this head needs to probably come down still a little bit more. And then it's up top. Same with these shoulders, they need to be up top a little bit still. And then come down. I'm gonna add one more. So I'm gonna slide these keys over. We're gonna put one more in the center. Sorry, 90%. Okay. All right, we should have the head coming up. Down with a little bit of drag. I'm just watching all of these keys for what's overshooting what. Down. And we're almost there. I can feel it. All right. You know what? I want to add a little bit more of a drag to that. Here they need to start coming down. There we go. It's starting to look good. I finally figured it out. Oh my god, it was the freaking shoulders in the COG. There we go. Finally. We can continue that coming down. Oh, my shoulder's starting to die. My actual shoulder, not the model shoulder. So I want to take one more pass on his screen left arm. Just watch that it's actually doing something that makes sense. There we go. It's starting to. Okay. And... oh, it's so close. I can feel it. Come on. Okay. The upper body. Close. Except for that friggin' shoulder in the back. We need that shoulder to come down. Because see how it's already up? See, mine keeps coming up, right? Whoops. Man, this was supposed to be like the run where I knew what I was doing. Maybe it'll work better in auto tangent. We'll check right when I'm done. Okay, that foot. Foot comes up. And here's what I do, because sometimes it's harder to get these. Watch the arc, and then down. There. Let's just check that. Oh god, those shoulders are so bad. It's this breakdown. It's just not working. I think I'm trying something too extreme. That's just not working. All right, let's just simplify it. Trying something that's just not working. That's okay. It happens. And, well, you get to see that mistakes happen. Let's see. There we go. That's better. Couple pops. Let's just check. Ah, see right there? That arm. So in this case, what I normally do, just redo it. Except we need to drag it up a little bit. So you see how the body starts to go down? It should come up a little bit. Same with this arm. This should come up a little bit because the body's starting to go down. That wrist just needs to be rotated up. Rotate that up just a little. There we go. All right. So my 25-minute long video turned into 40. I'm probably going to edit it. But anyways, that is my workflow for doing moves like this. And again, I'm going to do another one on cleaning it up in out of auto tangent, or sorry, in auto tangent, out of blocking. But that's where we are. So yeah, I'll just look out for the next one, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.